let's turn the power up here. Check. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra, Delta Mike 06.
MIDM 06, sounds good.
Hi, John. Don't know if you see my my text messages. I'm hoping Andy sees them. Something's going wonky with the rotor controller. So I'm just gonna leave the rotor controller off because right now I can't turn the antennas.
Okay, no, I didn't see that yet, but I'll go look and Andy's got it.
Yep. Yeah, I figure he'll take a look at it. I tried rebooting the Raspberry Pi and that didn't clear it, so something's being wonky there. I was able to turn the beacon off, and the antenna should be pointed up towards the valley because that's where I left them last night. So I'm just gonna not worry about moving that antenna for the moment. K6US. Yeah, that's usually where I try to leave it, so it should be in a decent position. And I should still be able to check in with the SoCal guys, even with it pointed the wrong direction. So, anyways, I am listening down there, K6US. Okay, Roger. Yeah, Mike will probably be starting down south when he gets on here in a little bit. So, and then he'll probably start swinging around. K6US. 6 US. Yeah, I'm here. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra 1079, Bozo number 1079, operating DM05 remote. First name is Aaron, Alpha Alpha Romeo Oscar November, and I'm physically located up in Fresno, operating the remote station down in Tehachapi, K6 US.
WA6LOL.
Well, hello, hello, hello.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf, 971.
Well, you're not wasting any time, are you, Dave? You're getting in there first every day now, aren't you? 870, what is it, Dave?
It says 971.
Oh, no, different Dave. WA6LOL, what was the number?
The moon, and wasn't getting, degradation's kind of high, so anyway, I thought I'd come over here and see what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I said, give me your Bozo number. Is it 876?
856. Yeah.
56. I knew that wasn't right. I knew it. I don't know why I don't remember that one. 856. And we got Dave in here. The other Dave, K6 Victor Bravo Golf. K6 Vodka Bourbon and Gin is in here. I don't think you guys are hearing each other. You copying him, Dave?
The amp,
yeah, I
because
can't copy anything, Mike. I got such a static floor. It's unbelievable.
But it
I mean, we've got an S9 static floor right now.
Heating up on the output of the amp, and it was heating up, the, of course, the pin on the male connected to it, so I'm going to replace everything there. I got parts ordered. I'm so happy to have found it.
I'm sorry, you doubled with the other Dave. I'm going to call one of you Dave V, and Dave L for LOL. Dave LOL, what was it? What'd you find wrong with the amp?
Oh, I finally found I had an intermittent receive noise, kind of would go up and down, and it was I could affect it by transmitting. It would either make it go on or off, or better or worse. And anyway, I couldn't find it, and I just wiggled everything, I tapped on everything, I kicked everything, you know, all the standard ways. And finally, I found it was a burned up or burning up output end connector on the amp. And of course, the heat had screwed up both of them, the male connector and the female. And finally, but you know, I could twist the cable and do all sorts of stuff, but I finally found it, so I got parts ordered.
Who is standing by? Go ahead. Somebody said you're standing by, but I did not get who it was. Please repeat. Over.
Well, if nobody else is there, W6PE 620, I'm here.
Yeah, I got you, number 35. Hi, K6KMN. Down there in the high desert, K6KMN. Good evening. I think it's Doug, isn't it? You're having trouble with me. Okay, K6KMN, K6MYC, Bozo 47, over. And I hear you, Mike, W6PE, K6MYC. Good evening, 620.
Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, you're probably not hearing the guy in L.A. there. He was doubling with you. He's not hearing me very well. I'm not sure if he's checking in this direction or where he is, but he's pretty loud from the desert down there. He's near Lancaster.
I heard the high desert guy pretty weak, but I could read him.
Doing anything here.
Yeah, okay. What are you running for power tonight, Dave Lima?
Oh, I'm running the legal limit.
Oh, are you? So how are you doing it with a bad connector?
Well, I got in there and I scrunched the center pins best I could, and then I ran a resistor lead in there and cleaned, you know, the connection, and then I squeezed them real tight and put on a new connector, male connector to it, and kind of limping along till the parts get here, but it seems to be working okay.
What parts do you need? You just need a female connector, right?
Well, the center pin on that end female is an amphenol kind of a deal. So I've got another complete bulkhead mount and female, and I'll grab the pin out of it. I ordered 2 of them.
Okay, so the connector on the amp is a female amphenol connector, and you're worried about that. Why don't you just change the connector?
Well, I wanted to use the screw-on connector that's there, and then keep the existing, hard line that's going to it in the amp. So, I guess I could have done it a different way, but I'm doing it this way.
Okay, so going to this connector, what it really is a bulkhead barrel. Then you've got a male connector going to that connector on your chassis on each side, one coming from the output of the amp internally, and then one going outside, right?
Well, it's kind of like it's a female end connector mounted to the chassis with a nut on the outside of the chassis too, and but on the inside it's got a hard line, kind of like the way that you would hook up the normal pin on a regular end connector, male end connector, when you'd solder one on. But it's sort of the reverse of how they did it with a female. So I have to take it apart and unsolder the female pin, and then resolder a new one on and put it back together.
Yeah, this was the KA6ABC? No, what the hell's the name of the amplifier? I can't remember the name of the brand. It's, what is it?
Well, this is my PQL amp, the big one.
Oh, this is a PQL amp. Oh, okay. I don't know why he would do that. He put a connector and a piece of cable on the inside, huh?
Well, I mean, it's a good deal. It's just a female end connector, and it's got the little enclosure on the back side, and then it's got hard line that comes out and over to the relay board. So anyway, yeah, I guess I just have to, I don't know, run lower power or just plan on replacing them once in a while.
Well, yeah, if you're running 1,500 or a bit more through that on a consistent basis, I think if you looked at the specs on an end connector, it's not meant to handle 1,500 continuous.
K6US.
Well, yeah, and I'm on the moon all the time with a JT65 calling CQ forever. So anyway, yeah, too bad that high desert guy didn't come back. I could hear him and I could read him.
Well, I don't think he's looking this direction. I think he's checking in, and he's probably vertically polarized down there. I think that's Doug. I worked him over the years. He's been there forever, but he's got propagation tonight. That's unusual. I'm hearing him again in there. Good evening, Aaron. K6US and the group. We've got K6VBG in here, and W6PE and WA6LOL.
KK6ZPE.
And I've been listening, and I'll make it quick, Mike, because I don't want to tick off the Southern California guys too much. K6US 1079 and 1100 from DMO5, and then I'll switch over to DMO6. K6US.
Oh, okay. Well, you're pounding in here from DMO5. Great signal, over.
Booming in here.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to test it, because yeah, you're pointed right at the remote down there, but yeah, I don't want to tick off the guys in the high desert too much. K6US Delta Mike 06.
You've already worked him at DMO5, haven't you, Dave L?
Yeah, I've worked him. He's just especially loud tonight.
Yeah, you heard that, Aaron.
Oh yeah. Dave is booming into DMO5, so pretty decent conditions tonight.
Yeah, sounds good here. Okay. Well, we got you in here, and I guess you got everybody else, so you're up to speed. I don't know where Rob is, but he'll be here before too long. Does he have an Aries thing tonight?
No, not on Wednesdays. The only conflict we have on Wednesdays is the 10-meter net at 8 o'clock.
Rob was on the Aries net tonight, but that got over about 7:35, W6PE.
KM6SRR. Down here in
AA6S.
I was working them on
Charlie Echo Fox 982.
KC5 DTU 712.
WA6AHA 727. W60WL 719.
Okay, got everybody, I believe. I may have missed one. Let me back up. 719, good evening, Larry. 800, good evening, Bill. 712, Kerry, good evening, Kerry. And there was two others I missed, forgot them. I can't read the numbers now. Go ahead.
982.
982, we got you, Daryl. Who's the other one?
704.
704, Terry, yes. Okay, there you go. Everybody popped in all at once, and I wrote it all down, but I can't read what I write anymore.
727.
I got you, 727. Didn't you hear that?
No, I did not.
Well, I'm sorry, but anyway, we got you, Mike. Good evening to you. We got 800 and 727 in here, the mighty pair.
Yeah, I'm a pair, all right.
Okay. Good evening, Bill.
Yeah, good evening. A6S, I heard LOL was super strong in here, Dave. And that's about it. I was helping the daughter out on a project she's got out in the yard there, so I was a little bit late here. K6MYC, AA6S, over.
Oh, no, you're not late. Dave, say hello to Bill down there in Visalia.
Yeah, hi, Bill. Yeah, you're booming in up here, too. Conditions seem to be kind of good going up and down the valley here tonight. But, yeah, you sound wonderful there. K6AHA, WA6LOL.
Yeah, WA6 LOL, A6S. My antenna is not exactly where it was before, but you're still Q5. Thanks for the contact there. Back to net, A6S.
Okay. And we should be getting the Southern California guys in there any minute.
Kilo Echo 6 Victor Golf.
Hi, Robert, KE6BG. Let me see here. The number is, I forgot your number.
1251.
1251. I don't know why I'm forgetting the numbers all of a sudden. Maybe it's hard for my brain to remember 1,265 numbers.
Yeah, it might be.
I guess I'm getting old and numb. Anyway, you're sounding great with that whole loop up there at 40 feet. You're as loud as everybody else out there.
It's working. I still don't have the Yagi up yet. Keep dragging my feet.
Yeah, boy. Okay, I hear the Southern California guys. Southern California, are you guys calling up this way? This is K6MYC. Are you looking for us, over?
Hey, John, out there in the high desert, Mike up north is calling for you. KG6USS, K6US.
Yeah, we're just getting ready to run that way there, Bud. Thanks for helping me out there. This is KG6USS, Bozo 831, looking out to the Central Valley. Anybody copy? Hello.
Yeah, good evening, John. We've been hearing KMN down there. You might pass that on to him. He was pounding in, not pounding in, but he was being heard up here in a lot of areas up this way, KMN. I think that's Doug, K6KMN, Bozo 35. Anyway, tell him that he's checked in up this way. I heard him give his number to somebody, so I wrote him down up here. Bozo 47, John, good evening. KG6USL, you copy me, John? K6MYC. Where'd you go, John?
Okay, there we go. KG6USS, Bozo 831. Mike, how you doing out there?
I'm doing fine. You aren't doing very good. You must not be hearing me very well.
Yeah, I can hear you there, Mike. I can't dial you in. It's kind of crazy tonight here. A lot of atmospheric stuff going on. Copy?
Yeah, I'm copying you fine. And I told you I heard Doug, K6KMN, and I checked Doug in 35. So you can check my 47 in, and there's a lot of other people here waiting to check in with you. So go ahead and make a call, John. KG6USS, K6MYC, Bozo 47.
All right, K6MYC, KG6USS. Yeah, you came up a little bit there. Anybody else want to check in on the Wednesday night Bozo Net up here in the high desert? 831, standing by.
Able 6 Sugar, John, AA6S, KG6USS, AA6S 800, over.
Gotcha. Pretty good signal tonight, sir. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. There's some QSB. You're up and down, but I'm copying you. KG6USS, AA6S, over.
Alright, KG6USS, 831, high desert. Good copy on you. Anybody else?
KG6USS, WA6LOL, 857.
No. That's not your number.
Okay, WA6LOL, W6LOL, KG6USS, roger.
Yeah, you sound good, John. I got my 856, I'm sorry. Mike knew I got my number wrong. I can't remember one Bozo number, Mike. Yeah, John, you sound really good up here tonight. KG6USS and the group, WA6LOL.
He's in Sonora, John.
All right, we got you on the list there, LOL. Appreciate you checking in. What's his Bozo number, Mike?
He's 856, 856.
Copy the 856. All right, anybody else want to check in on the Bozo Net up here in the high desert for Southern California area? Go ahead.
No, he's 856, 856, over.
Got it. Yeah, I got it. 856. Got that one.
Checked in here about 10 minutes ago.
There's K6KMN still talking. I guess he's trying to check in with the Southern California guys there, but he's stronger up this way today. Anyway, go ahead, Mike. AAJ, go ahead.
KG6USS, WA6AAJ727. Not real strong tonight, John, but I can hear you. Over.
Copy 727. Fly-by, brother. We got you up here in the high desert. KG6USS.
Here, monster QSB tonight. Anybody else for John down there in the high desert? This is K6MYC, Central California.
Good evening, John. KG6USS, KM6SRR, number 432.
Hey, Rob, got you in here. Booming as usual, brother. Thanks for checking in. You're sounding good. How you doing tonight?
Doing okay. Busy.
Tell me about it, brother. I'm supposed to be retired. I'm doing more stuff now than I ever did when I was driving my truck.
Roger on that. Anybody else for John?
I guess that's it, John.
KG6USS 831 up here in the high desert, looking out towards
AJ6PD 1237.
Check in here. Come on.
I hear you, Tony. AJ6 Papa Delta, K6MYC 837. Is that right? 837?
Tony's 1237, Mike.
I don't know what I'm thinking. I must come. I had a nap before, a few minutes ago, and I haven't woke up yet. 12:37. I knew that wasn't right. Thanks, Rob.
Am I on frequency tonight?
Yeah, you're on frequency, but you should always check in with your Bozo number just in case I don't remember it.
Okay, I thought I did. I'm sorry. 12:37.
Yeah, I think you did, Mike. I think I heard it, KM6SR.
He may have, but I made him. I probably didn't listen. I was just. It was a lot of other chatter coming from down south at the same time there. Okay. Well, we got quite a group in here from this side. I'm not missing very many people here. WA60IB should be in here.
All right, well, I'm going to pass back over to the vertical into Southern California there, Mike and Rob and all y'all guys out there in the San Joaquin Valley. This is KG6USS 831. Thanks for your check-ins. We'll get them all logged in on our side. 33, y'all.
I'm here tonight, John, WA6. 73, John. Yeah, John, you're a 5'9" up here tonight, WA6LOL.
Ooh, thanks for the roses, 5'9". Now, I've got you probably about 5'5" there, right?
Yeah, that's the Sonora station, WA6LOL, telling you you're 5'9" in Sonora. That's a long ways, buddy.
I've been having some damn good contacts in my little station, in my little shack in the desert. All right, guys, we'll catch you later.
Yeah, the band's just starting to settle down. I think it's just a nighttime, daytime thing that we go through, and it gets really radical and weird for about 20 minutes here. Good evening, John. Thanks for being there. KG6USS 831, K6MYC 4773.
73, Mike.
Okay, anybody else before we go toward the Trasquadero?
Okay, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, K6KMN.
Yeah, K6KMN. Hi, I checked you in a long time ago. 35 there. I think it's Doug, right?
Yeah, I've been in and out, so I got my laundry going, and I'm in and out of the room here. So anyway, we'll catch up with you next week.
Okay, listen for a couple of others that may want to call you. Dave, you want to give KMN a call now?
I do. Didn't get your prefix. KMN WA6LOL Whiskey Alpha 6 Lima Oscar Lima Charlie Mike 97 Bozo 856. Do you copy? Over.
Down of the noise.
Guess not.
He said you dropped into the noise. That's still QSB. Make another call, will you, Doug? K6KMN. Call WA6 Lima Oscar Lima. Go ahead, Doug.
I'm listening, K6 Kilo Mike November in Lancaster.
Oh, is that better, Dave? Dave, was that better when he called that time?
A6KMN WA6LOL Sonora Charlie Mike 97. You copy? K6KMN down south there, WA6LOL Whiskey Alpha 6 Lima Oscar Lima WA6LOL Charlie Mike 97. Over.
He's got you there, Dave. But there's QR Mary for him. He's got all the guys down there now talking, and he can't copy us. They're strong for him when he's down there. He's in Lancaster, by the way. That's Doug. Yeah, he's Bozo 35, so he's been around a few years. Over.
Wow. Yeah. I was surprised. I heard him pretty well. Well, I guess maybe next time. Thanks, Mike.
He heard you, but he was just getting confused by all the other people calling. So he even said your number. I heard him say your number, 856 at one point. Somebody told him your number. I think it was probably John down there. But when they go vertical, I get weak signals from them, but I'm still copying them for the most part. Over.
Boy, isn't it amazing, the signal if they were horizontal?
He was horizontal when he called you, and he called up here, and he was nice and strong, but he obviously faded just at the wrong time for you.
Oh, I see. Are they vertical down there on sideband in Southern California?
Yeah, they call the net vertical, and the only time they go horizontal is when they call up this way.
Oh, I'll be darned. I guess to be compatible with all the FM guys or something.
Well, I think it's to kind of reduce the QRMary that we give them here, over.
Oh, I see. That MYC guy is covering up each other down there.
Well, I'm not the only one. Rob's big down there, and so is AA6 Sugar and WA6AAJ and an OIB. So when there's 4 or 5 or 6 of us on up here, they can't hear nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy. Who would have thought I'd be working from up here down to Southern California on 2 meters? Boy, it sure is different. But working at Italy on 2 meters is even better.
Yes, for sure. Okay. Very good. Anybody else before we go to Atascadero? Anybody else in the San Joaquin or within the sound of my voice? Call in now for check-ins, K6MYC. Okay, it's quiet. Let's go to Atascadero.
W6QUI, W6QUI, W6QUI.
Good evening, Bill. Needless to say, you're blowing me off the chair here. Good evening. W6QUI, Bozo 1055. I've been listening to you guys. I hear most of you. I had a little trouble with John over there in the high desert, but I could tell he was in there. Anyway, good evening, and Eric's also on frequency here.
That sounds good. W6QUI, A6S, and the net here. Yeah, my little Siamese cat just came in here, wanting to get petted. Yeah, you're coming in very good. I forgot to turn the amplifier up on the high power position. Probably won't make any difference though, but anyway, it makes the meter go up farther. W6QUI, A6S, you're loud here. I'll turn it back to you, then you can turn it over to Mike. He was turning his antenna. W6QUI, A6S.
You're loud, Ron.
Okay, good evening, Mike. And Eric's on frequency. He's at a little different spot. He's trying different spots on his property. So, anyway, comments, Mike, and then give it to Eric.
Yeah, let's go ahead with Eric. You're louder than normal here tonight, much, much louder than normal. So we've got really good conditions. KN6EIV in the group, K6MYC.
Turn it to you, Eric.
Ooh.
Oh, Eric. Copy, Mike.
Oh, how about you, Rob? Any copy?
No, I'm not copying Eric at all. How you doing, Ron? W6QUI, KM6SRR.
Oh, yeah. Very good, Rob. Good evening. Yeah, just copy you fine. Yeah, he's trying a different spot. Unfortunately, his antenna's a little bit lower than the other spot he had, so we've been having some wind conditions here, so we have to be careful what you put up, especially temporary antennas. Okay, they're not hearing you at all, Eric. Eric was hearing some of you people, I think, over there. Were you copying Mike, Eric, over?
K6US.
I don't know if any of you heard that. Yeah, Eric copied you, Mike, and also copied Rob. Okay, you guys were loud over here, so surprised you're not hearing him.
I don't even hear a trace. It means to me that he doesn't have the amp on. He's not running 100 watts or so. Let's see, Bill worked you. We got AAJ, go ahead, and then a couple of others, over.
Okay, W6QUI, WA6AJ, hello, Ryan, over.
Oh, yeah, hello, Mike. Loud and clear over here. Good to hear you on tonight. WB6AJ, W6QUI.
Roger. I can't hear Eric either. I heard him a little bit earlier, but nothing right now, over.
Oh, interesting.
Listen for Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, W6QUI, K6US, Delta Mike 06.
Okay, so you're hearing Eric?
No, sir, but you're booming in here at S9 into West Fresno.
You copy that, Ron?
Yeah, stand by over there. Eric's on at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Eric, you sure you got the amp on? Because you're hearing them that good. They should be hearing you.
Not a trace.
Oh, at the other location or earlier tonight? Yeah, okay. Well, that antenna was higher, too. Another 20 feet up, I think. So, yeah, I think that other spot might be a little hotter.
Way better.
Yeah, well, apparently nobody's hearing you over there, unfortunately.
Are you trying to tell me that he's got 100 watts and we can't hear a trace of him and he's hearing us?
Yeah, you're not super, you're like S2 or so over here with him, but, apparently he does have the amp on. Did you get the meter on the output, Eric, so you know the amp's working? Oh, you don't know if it's working then.
It ain't working.
Okay, you lowered the power on your driver?
Try bypassing the amp and go direct.
Okay, well, he assured me his amp's working there, Mike. Just not getting over the hill. He does have a local hill right in the way in that direction, unfortunately.
Yeah, but this stuff's pretty reciprocal, and nobody's hearing him over here, not even the guys that have a clean shot to you.
Okay, well, looks like you got to do some more research. Anyway, check Eric in, Bozo 1044.
He's checked in. Tell him the next time he goes out or does something, he should have a meter in the line to make sure he's making power. I swear to God, he's not making any power.
He had it in at the last setup, but he doesn't have it in tonight.
Well, he doesn't have any power tonight either. I'm sure I would hear traces. I'm not getting a trace of him.
Oh, yeah, that is a little unusual.
Hey, Mike, I'm heading over to 10 meters, K6US.
Roger. We're up. Trying to find a hot spot there.
But you're so strong, see, it would seem to me that he'd be in that same propagation mode. You're stronger than usual here. And that would mean that, gosh, we ought to hear a trace of him. I mean, you're 40 dB out of the noise, and I can't hear a trace of Eric. That's just weird.
Yeah, that does seem a little strange. Okay, well, he tried. That's all I can say.
Oh, we did. And I'm sorry that we're not hearing him. I'm not mad at him. I'm just frustrated because we can't hear a darn thing. And it's usually at least slightly reciprocal. Many times I hear people that can't even hear me. So when we can't even find a trace of him, I mean, usually there's 10 dB of signal trace before you start even to get readability, and I don't even have that yet.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. Okay, well, we tried. Don't want to tie up the net anymore here. So, see you Sunday.
Yes, sir. And anybody else for Ron before we go on up to Santa Cruz, K6MYC? Guess that's it, Ron. Good evening to you. By the way, you were quite good copy. Once I got to 90 degrees yesterday, I was at 90 or 95, something like that. I had pretty darn good copy on you. You were Q5 the whole time. I usually get you pretty good at 120, and I could tell you were in there at 120 this time yesterday, but I went to 90 degrees on a lark, and boom, there you were.
Yeah, it must have been a different hill I was bouncing off of.
Yeah, for sure. We need one that was wet. There must have been some rain on that one that was 90 degrees off. That's almost backwards to you. It's almost like backscatter. All right, Ron, 7-3. Take care. We'll see you on Sunday. W6QUI, K6MYC. Have a good weekend.
Okay, you too. Same to everybody over there. W6QUI clear, 7-3.
73 is Ron.
Okay, go ahead up towards Santa Cruz, Bill. Okay, Santa Cruz from Watsonville, AF6 United, or KW6S, K6MYC in the Bozo group.
K6MYC, KW6S. Good evening, Mike.
Oh, what a difference between this and 1296 last night.
Yeah, 1296 was kind of weird last night. I was finding people in the wrong place and that gravelly signal strength, or gravelly quick fade, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was. I guess we would call that chopped up.
Yeah, that was, I don't know if I've heard anything quite like that before, but the strange thing for me was, except for AAJ, I was finding everybody in the wrong place.
Yeah, I get those days, and boy, it drives you crazy, and I get guys on the other end that get very frustrated with me because I'm trying to find them, and I find them way off in some other place, and they get pissed off because it takes so long for me to find them. Over.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm hunting around, and once in a while I find a signal that really just doesn't peak. It's, it's 30 degrees and no signal strength change, and I was getting a little bit of that last night, although not out to 30 degrees.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that several times. I call that diffusion. It's not confusion, but it does cause it. That diffusion causes confusion. Over.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was good to catch AJ6PD the other night. Talking to him, I enjoyed talking to him at the swap meet. But it did sound like he'd been hearing us over here, both Lee and I, and I thought he was, and I was a little surprised we'd never tried to work before until the other night. So I need to keep in mind to keep asking for return calls from anybody that's hearing me.
Well, he's probably hearing you again tonight, but boy, he's got a temporary setup. When he gets the little tower, Frank over here has got a little tower for him that'll put him up about 20 feet with a rotator and everything, and little Yagis for each band. So when he gets going, he's going to be, he's obviously got a very good location there in Coarse Gold, much better than some who have blockages and stuff. Let's see, Tony, are you in there tonight? Maybe he's not listening. Anyway, let's see. Let's just see. AF6 United, are you here, Lee? Okay, I don't hear Lee tonight. Let's go around the loop. Rob, go ahead and say hello to Tom, and then we'll shoot it around the room here. While Rob's going, he's over on 10 meters. That 10-meter net's going on at the same time here. Who else do we have for Tom tonight? Go ahead.
KW6S, WA6AAJ, over.
WA6AAJ, KW6S. Yeah. I recognize your voice before you get the call. You're in pretty good shape here tonight. So, not as good as 1296 last night. That was amazing. But, yeah, hear you in pretty good shape. WA6AAJ, KW6S.
Roger, Tom. Yeah, you just, you've been pretty loud, and then you take a deep fade, and then you're back up. This is weird conditions. But anyway, good contact. KW6S, WA6AAJ.
Yeah, very good, Mike. And we'll have to keep this up. Get WA6AAJ, KW6S. Back to you, Mike. AA6S, KW6S. Boy, I'm not even pointed at you, and you're strong.
Yeah, you're very strong here too. You like a break down there. You're so strong. I got you on stage. Turn back yourself on the SAS5. Anyway, I just get virtual. You're helping me right now. Just wanted to say hello, and it'd be hard to talk to Michael there, and he sounded good here. I have trouble hearing him out. K6MYC, I can barely tell he's talking. I guess I'm on total no, but anyway, you're loud and clear. KW6S, back to you there. You can get back to the net there. KW6S, AA6S,
AA6S, KW6S. Yeah, you're kind of strange tonight. I don't see any signal strength change over quite a different headings here, and but you're way out in the clear anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So good to make contact with you. AA6S, KW6S, back to K6MYC.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear Bill in there, but he sounds like he's in a meat grinder. He's getting all ground up. It's almost his voice is not even distinguishable. It's readable, but it's not distinguishable. It's so garbaged up with multipath and stuff. Rob, are you back off 10 meters? You want to say hello to Tom, KM6SRR? Go ahead.
Sure. How you doing, Tom? KW6S, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Oh, good evening, Rob. Yeah, you're doing real good over here. You're where you well, I didn't try seeing if you were in other places, but you're right where you should be on my rotor here, and no warble or gravel or anything on you tonight.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I tried peeking on you, and I'm getting you probably about a good 25 degrees. It just stays the same, S2.
Yeah, it's kind of weird tonight. But since making good contacts, I don't have too much to complain about. I just don't have to be quite as careful with my antenna pointing, maybe. KM6SR, KW6S.
Okay, Tom. Good to hear you there. Thank you, Mike.
You betcha. And anybody else in here? How about you, Aaron? Are you copying Tom? Looks like Aaron's still over on 10 meters. Okay, anybody else for Tom before we let him go?
Well, I can kind of hear him. He's readable tonight over here in Sonora. TW6S, WLOL. Do you copy me over there?
Tom, you might have to turn towards Sonora, point towards Sonora if you know about where to go for that. WA6LOL. Dave is calling you, and you're hearing, and he's running smoke, so you should hear him if you get at him. Over.
Okay, I've got it pointed, whoa, not quite. I've got it pointed where it should be, if we're on a good heading. WA6LOL, KW6S.
Okay, yeah, I can't write. Copy. Thank you, Mike. You were good there for a bit. I can't point the beam over that way. I was getting you some kind of a bounce. So anyway, KW6S, WA6LOL over here in Sonora by Yosemite. Anyway, I guess you're not copying me.
Any copy, Tom?
Boy, nothing at all. I wasn't even hearing any change in the noise floor.
That's okay. He's not able to point the antenna at you, but when you were talking to me or one of the other guys over here, he had a bounce from something, and he was copying you pretty well, but it's probably one of those things that's inconsistent. You'd have to just sit here and try. But he's in Sonora, and once he gets a different setup up there, he'll be able to rotate. He's got a very good location. He's been working the LA guys and all that stuff, so he's got a good setup there with a PQL dual LD Boss amp in the final like I have here and all that. So he's doing moon bounce over there from Sonora and doing very well. So that's the story, Tom. KW6S with WA6LOL, K6MYC. Anybody else for Tom before we go on? I guess that's it, buddy. I don't know what happened to Lee tonight, but if he pops in, tell him it makes noise.
I'll do that, and since we didn't go out for dinner last night, we may be going out tomorrow night, so I may not be on the net tonight or tomorrow night, but I'll give it a shot.
How come we didn't hear you on 1296?
Well, you did hear me on 1296.
Well, that's right. We had weird conditions, didn't we? Okay. Yeah, good. Well, we missed quite a few people in the Bay Area. I was missing about 5 people that we could have worked. We did have 26 check-ins on 1296, so it wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't bad either. So all in all, it was a pretty good night, but I'd missed a lot of easy ones that should have been there but weren't. Over.
Yeah, that's kind of sometimes it gets hard. You know, we have a net every night, and it's pretty hard to work around that sometime, and so I have a tendency to miss one here and there. I fumbled it on Monday night. I missed you on 220, and then by the time I got over on 6, you were shutting the band down. So I missed Monday night, but I'll be back Monday night coming up. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, we only had 16 check-ins on 222, so we didn't need you. And I figured, well, something happened there. And then we didn't hear you on 6 either, so I knew something went wrong. Anyway, no worries. 7-3. See you tomorrow night on 432. KW6S, K6MYC, moving into the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net, 2 meters in the Bay Area. Bay Area, over.
WB6JNN.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. WB6JNN, 285. Good signal here tonight.
Yeah, that was a 20 watts, too. Anyway, good evening, Mike. WB6JNN. Pretty much, we got some of your clouds and stuff over here. Mel was saying it was thundering up there last night, but we got some of the thunder hits here today, but it looked like they've cleared out now, and nothing happened, at least on this side of the valley.
Okay, well, they got a little rain in Sacramento overnight. Bill, KO6KD, said they had 1/10 of an inch. We didn't get any here. Some of the folks here have heard weather reports that say we're going to get rain over the next 2 days, but I can't even believe that. The word I'm getting is that by Friday we're going to be at 80 degrees. We were only 73 today, so quite cool and overcast, but we had sun. It was intermittent. I was out working with back to the sun, picking weeds again, and there'd be periods where it was hot, and then other periods where it was cloudy, not cold, but it wasn't sweaty warm by any means. Good to hear you, Jim, and we'll look for you tomorrow night. We'll try for you at least on 432. I had somebody stand by for you. A couple of the guys stood by for you last week on 432, but I don't think we got you in there. Over.
No, I don't really have much of an antenna for that, so it's not too likely that I would be hearing you or you hearing me.
Well, you don't have to hear me. All you have to do is hear somebody and check in. That way I know you're there. Over.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. I might have been doing something else that particular night, so. Okay, WB6 JNN.
Alrighty, thanks, Jim. Give it a shot tomorrow. Usually there's a couple of good strong. KB6BA is always very strong, and he hears everybody over there. He's in a good location to hear all the guys, seems like. Thank you. Let's see, who else do we have? We have KA6UYH, we have K6KLY perhaps, AB6SR. How about you, Stan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay, Mike, K6MYC, AB6SR807. Apologies for 6 meters on Monday. Had rather a gastronomic success with dinner on Monday and a nice bottle of wine with it. So I fell asleep in the recliner here. I was all set up for 6 too. I checked the antenna in the afternoon and the cabling, but I just fell asleep. So that was my story. Your booming signal tonight, of course. Weather-wise, unlike Jim, we did have a shower about 4:30 this afternoon. One of those 12 or 13 drops initially, pretty heavy drops, and then it rained a little. Now it's sort of cleared up again. So yeah, just like you were saying, cool day. Enjoyed it immensely. Typical European spring day here. So back to you. K6MYC, I picked 30 odd little sun gold tomatoes yesterday too. K6MYC, AB6SR.
Okay, well my plant's up to about 2 feet now. When do they start getting blossoms?
You should start seeing some yellow flowers before too long.
Okay, well this is the tomato that's not a miniature. This is going to be the one that was the second choice. That's the only one that I got out of all those seeds that you sent over. I couldn't get anything else to come up. And I did get them to come up, and when I transplanted them, I just couldn't see very well, and I probably screwed them up when I transplanted because they didn't survive, at least so far. I'm nurturing the area where I put them, and I keep thinking something's going to sprout there pretty quick. The weeds are doing great all around there, and I have to look at them real careful and feel it before I pull it, but I don't think I pulled any tomato plants. I'm just pulling weeds. And it's a very fertile area. It's right next to the house. It gets sunlight all day long, and it's wet. So it's a perfect growing area, but I just can't make a tomato plant grow there. I got everything else. The weeds are once a week. Once a week, I get a pile of weeds, 6 or 7 pounds of weeds out of this little 2-foot square area. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next year I'll send you some plants, or drive down with them, so you can put the plants in rather than the seeds. Okay. Yeah. Everything good. Yeah. Monday night, I braised some leeks and then simmered down a mixture of white wine and chicken stock. The braised leeks were superb, and I fried some potatoes with chopped shallots and parsley, and it was a lovely dinner. We had a nice bottle of Pinot Noir, and afterwards I just fell asleep. There you are. Anyway, our tomatoes doing pretty well here. So that's it from me. Back to you, K6MYC, AB6SR.
Rob, are you hearing Stan?
Yeah, I'm hearing him a little bit. How you doing, Stan? AB6SR, KM6SRR.
Hey, Rob, you're about 5 and 4, 5 and 5 here. I was listening to you earlier talking to Tom, so yeah, you're coming through very well for me, really. You know, a little on the low side for signal strength, but perfect copy from you. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, good. Well, it's a kilowatt, same as I have here. He's running 1,500 or 1,200 watts and a 2M9, but it's below the ridge line. He's just above the roof on his 2-story house, but he's got a big mound of dirt out there 300 or 400 feet in your direction. So once he gets the tower up is going to be a lot better from Rob's standpoint. He'll be able to carry the net through the Bay Area fine. He just has to get past that ridge. But he's hurt his back, and he's getting old like me. Got a bad shoulder, a bad ankle, a bad hip, a bad back. If it isn't one thing, it's something else, and bad knees. And he beat himself up pretty good when he was a surfer boy, and a lot of other things, I guess. But anyway, he's trying to always recover, so he's running a little late on the tower project. I think solar panels are in the front of the list, though. 7-3, and we appreciate you being there. Sorry we missed you on Monday. Actually, I can fall asleep without the wine or anything. I usually take a nap. Luckily, it's not at net time. Most of the time, I don't miss the net because of a nap. I get mine in earlier. 7-3, K6MYC Bozo Net, listening for other check-ins from the Bay Area.
1090.
775.
Okay, 775. I hear you. Sorry, I missed you last night on 1296. I don't think you were there, Mike. We called, and I had PQL look for you also. And I also heard you, 1009. Good evening, Gary. Hang on a second. Let me get Mike in here. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, go ahead. K6MYC with the hiccups.
K6MYC, KB6 WFC. Yeah, I've been off the radio for, since Saturday. My daughter was visiting from Boston, and she just left this afternoon. So now I'm back on the radio. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, well, that explains why I didn't hear you. You would have been one of the easy ones. We did get 26 check-ins on 1296, which wasn't bad, but we're still shooting for a consistent, easy 30, over.
Roger. Yeah, I tried to get into the shack, but just couldn't. We were always going out to eat and stuff, over.
Yeah, well, no problem. You gotta go with the relatives and the daughters and all. Thanks, Mike. It's a very nice signal tonight from Daly City. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Anybody else copying Mike over there?
Yeah, how you doing, Mike? KB6 WFC KM6 SRR. Usually don't hear you, but you're good tonight, Mike. Over.
Roger. I hear you. KM6 SRR, KB6 WFC, Charlie Mike 87, Bozo number 775.
Over.
Yeah, I heard the call signs and then it dropped down to my noise. Well, it was a good try. Thank you, Mike.
Well, it was good contact. You heard him, and you got call signs there. That's good. All right, Mike, thanks. Good to hear you. And we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432, of course. K6MYC, back to WB6WNI. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and everyone on the net. I've heard Mike from Daly City, but he's coming off the back of my beam, so I think he won't hear me, but I heard him. Heard a little bit of Tom, I think Tom is SRR. And to let you know, Dan, who fell asleep on us, tell Tom to add Chris and myself to the 6-meter Bozo Net list, because Chris and I talked for about 20 minutes, and we were wondering where Stan went. So, yeah, we were on 6 meters. We did not hear anybody else. Nobody. And Chris and I were listening, and so we gave up after 20 minutes of yakking. Of course, waiting to listen. Also, Jim, if you're still monitoring, I could also listen for Jim on 432. That will not be a problem. Anyway, I'm going to say that's it for here, so we'll wish you 73, and to you in the net, and Mike, we'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah, Gary, WB6WNI, K6MYC, in the Bozo group. Let me tell you, it was my fault, sort of, yesterday or Monday on 6 meters, because all of a sudden I went over to get on 6, and the rotator controller froze up on me. And so I couldn't move the antenna. It stayed north the whole time. So I had Rob calling, but he doesn't get into you very well on 6. So nobody came back to him from the Bay Area on 6 meters there. So we had a kind of a hodgepodge, and we gave up. We just couldn't raise anybody over that direction. We got 18 people. Normally we get about 25 or 30. So we lost a lot of Cusos. But as soon as I got done with the net, I went back to the controller, and I figured out now how to get its brain sorted out. It loses its mind for a while, and I have to turn it off and let it cool for 20 minutes or so. Then I turn it back on and recalibrate it, and everything's fine. It's done this to me twice now, and it always does it on Monday night, of course. It worked perfectly for the last 2 weeks, but Monday night it froze up on me due north, and I just couldn't rotate it. I tried and tried and tried. I was doing fiddling with it, the whole damn net, with Rob trying to call people in, and we just it just bombed out. So that's all. That's what happened. It wasn't your fault. So tell Chris it wasn't lack of his performance or yours. It was me. I couldn't rotate. WB6WNI K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Well, you know what? I fully understand. Yeah, they can be fussy, particularly when you need them. Anyway, one very quick question, because I will forget next time we get on. You mentioned a time where 6 meters might open, and could you just do me a very quick rundown and when the 6 meter band might open back to you?
Well, it might open anywhere between 6 a.m. and midnight, and it would typically open short skip quite a bit of the time, and it starts about now. The 1st of June is sometimes you get some openings in May. East Coast has already had theirs, but we aren't getting many out here. So starting all the way through June, it really peaks in June. And the first week or two of June should be quite good, and all the way up to the end of June and into 4th of July, and then it starts to wane again. So you're coming into the season. So I would sit there with the antenna pointed to the east or a little bit southeast, and you'll hear Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, a lot of stations in Texas. You'll get double hop to Louisiana and Florida in there. And you might also hear short skip up into Washington and Oregon, and up that way in Canada, VEs, so on. But those guys are so strong when they come in, usually you'll hear them off the side of the antenna, and then you can point wherever they are. So that's it. I usually just sit with the antenna kind of looking east or southeast and wait for signals. But, the FT8 thing has kind of destroyed 6 meters on sideband, but when it really gets good, we really get some openings, there will be some sideband activity on 125. Over.
Oh, very good. I'll start monitoring, and it's fun. It's fun if it's 6 meters, you get an extra laugh out of it because it's so difficult. Anyway, Mike, I'll let you move on. K6MYC and the group, WB6WI73.
Well, set your radio up so you've got 2 frequencies you can bop back and forth, and if you want to do it, just monitor 50.213 plus or minus a kilohertz. That's the FT8 frequency, and you'll hear all these little tones popping in. They run for 25 seconds or something, and then off, and then the other half, a little dead period for 5 or 10 seconds, and then the other group starts. So just monitor there. When you start hearing stuff there, then you go down to 125 and make noise. Over.
Alrighty, got it. 213, yes. FT8, yes. I know how everybody loves that. Anyway, thanks, Mike. K6MYC, WB679. Hopefully 432 runs again tomorrow night. See you then.
Yeah, it's 50.313, I think, not 213. I think I said it wrong. I think it's 313.
Copy 313.
Alrighty. There's a couple of other spots also. Another one that's a new one. It's down the band about 20 kilohertz or something from there, but I don't remember all the frequencies. But the FT8 is the most common. That's the best place to monitor for band opening. You start hearing tones there, then you can start paying attention. If they start moving the S meter and getting loud in, you know you got openings. Unless you decode them, you won't know where they're coming from, but you can use your antenna and peek on them and then go down to 125 and start making noise. Good luck, Gary. 7-3. We'll see you tomorrow night on 432 WB6 WNI K6MYC Bozo Net.
Yes, good evening, Mike.
Okay, W6PQL or anybody else in the Bay Area, K6MYC.
Good evening, W6PQL.
Yeah, good evening, Jim.
Yeah, well, a little warm over here today. We didn't get any sprinkles like they did over there in the West Bay, but it was nice out there. I guess you cooled off too, huh?
Yeah, we were 73 today or less, and yesterday was 72 or 74 or something like that. 2 days in a row about the same. Supposed to warm up for Friday. We're supposed to be in the 80s by Friday, so hopefully tomorrow it'll start to hit the high 70s. I like it up there, and everybody else does not, but that's me. Good to hear you. You want to make a call for anybody else that I may be missing? I haven't heard KB6 Juliet Mike Sierra for quite a while there in the San Jose area near the airport. I don't know what's happened to him. He's operating, of course, out of a remote, or not a remote site, but it's a motel balcony antenna system, so he may have moved by now. Maybe that's why I haven't heard him lately. Anyway, W6PQL and others, please come in now for check-ins, K6MYC.
Hello over there, Jim, WA60IB.
Hey, Ken. I copy it pretty good tonight. What'd you do different?
Yeah, well, 226 is here, WA60IB. Just wanted to say hi. You sounded good tonight.
Well, a little bit of a double there, huh?
No.
Yeah, somebody must have doubled with me.
No, nobody doubled.
Oh, okay. I heard Ken say 226. I guess that's his number?
Yes, that's Ken's number.
Okay. Yeah, it just threw me. I got a little confused. You know, it's my age.
He gave the number for me. I don't need it, but he gave it.
Well, I want to make it official, you know.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Back to net. WA60IB.
Did you hear him last night on 1296, Jim?
I don't think so. I've heard him before, but I don't think I heard him last night.
Well, his system is broken, but I've been forcing him to check in so we can get the check-in that we need and get the numbers up on 1296. We had 26 check-ins, but we missed a lot of easy ones, like Mike still with his daughter. The KB6 WFC should have been in there. That would have been an easy one, and there was 3 or 4 others in the Bay Area that should have been on, but we should have made 30 or close to it, but we did 26 anyway, so it wasn't a bad night. But Ken was in, but his antenna's broken, so it doesn't radiate quite where he points it, or he doesn't seem to radiate. We're thinking that maybe 2 of the 4 antennas are upside down or something anyway, and he just hasn't had the chance to crank it down and fix the damn thing. That'll happen one of these days in the next eon. W6PQL and others, K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, you get the antennas out of phase, that puts quite a hole in the pattern, especially if 2 are reversed from the other 2. You can sure tell us where it's pointed that way, because that's where the big no is. Okay, Mike, see you later. Look for you tomorrow. K6MYC W6PQL.
Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area, please? Check in now, K6MYC. How about KE6QR? KE6QR, where are you, Gary? I'm sorry about this morning on 40 meters. We lost you in there with all the confusion. I don't hear Gary tonight. Anybody else? I'm heading toward the San Joaquin Valley, up the valley, and toward N6RO, K6MYC.
Kilo 6, Mike Tango Sierra, 680.
Okay, I got you, Mark. Good evening. 680. K6MTS, 680. You're early.
I'm sorry. I can retract that and come back later.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just kidding you. I'm late, that's why. All right, let's see. I'm going toward Oakley. N6RO, Ken.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. High temperature 76, and haven't had dinner yet, but it's going to be ahi tuna, ahi and broccoli. That rhymes.
Ahi, mahi, and yahi. Okay, sounds good. I haven't had dinner yet either. We're going to have pork chops tonight.
Yeah, they're coming up on my menu.
Okay. Well, the guys, everybody came over and they got talking and get going with the meal, and the next thing I know, it's 25 minutes after 7, and I got to come out here and get on the net, and they haven't even set the table yet. Over.
Well, you asked for it, and I know it's an important part of your life and mine. And 6RO.
When you're net control, I'm sort of obligated to be out here. Yeah, I don't want to miss the net, and of course I don't want to miss my grandsons either. But I did have a half hour, a better part of an hour with them, so it wasn't terrible. Anyway, good evening to you. And I guess you're getting wrapped up and ready for this contest. No, it's not this weekend. It's the following one after that, isn't it?
No, it's this weekend, starting on the 29th.
Oh, okay. On the blue moon, that's 2 full moons in 1 week, in 1 month. The second one is a blue moon. I don't know why they call it blue, but it's the second one. It's a rare occurrence when you get 2 full moons inside of a month. Are you there?
Yeah. Okay, understood. I used to know what blue moon was. Once in a blue moon.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, that's for sure. They don't happen very often, every 2 or 3 years, sometimes maybe further even than that. Anyway, good evening, and let me see who else is in this direction. We should have KO6IQR and KD6WVL. How about it, Mario?
K6MYC, KO6IQR, 1189.
1189, and who was the other one?
107.
107. Good evening, Dane. Good to hear you in here from Course Gold. You're not hearing the other boys, but pleasure to have you in. Anything from you, Dane? Anything special before we go back to the middle of the valley?
No, nothing new at this end. Just, working around the house and all that. We had a few drops of rain, but that was about it.
Yeah, we didn't get any rain here. But I was out all day, then I would have known that it had rained. I went in at 3:30, but or 3:45 is when I finally came in the house. But it didn't rain any time before that. Didn't even look like it on. I don't think we're going to get any here. Whatever it is, it's not going to do any damage, and it's not measurable. Thank you, Dane. KWB6JNP, K6MYC, and back to you, Mario, and then we'll pick up others. Over.
K6MYC from KO6IQR. Good evening, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, and we had a lot of issues with I guess at the end there you pointed back to Direct Path, and that's when you were calling, and I was struggling to see who that was. I think that was what you were doing, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Mike. I tried because I could hear you, but I figured if I'm hearing you that faint, you may or may not be making out what I was saying, but I tried anyways.
Yeah, well, it's a funny thing that I can't hear you on the Direct Path. That's weird. You don't have anything in the way. And why you can't hear me pointed direct is beyond me. There's nothing in the way. The antenna is high enough to get over everything, I think, on my end, and I don't think you've got any terrain issues. But whatever it is, don't worry about it. Just point toward the Bay Area and work you that way. You were good and strong toward the Bay Area, just rock solid. Over.
Yeah, the only thing I got in the way is the 2-story house next door that the Yagis pointed right into the bedroom window.
Well, that may be it. If it's a plaster in the walls, they got mesh in there, and you're just looking right into a cage.
Yeah, that's probably it. The other 2 meter, 7 centimeters, same setup. I mean, it's pointing the same path, but it really affects the 23 centimeter.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. It's very, very intolerant of that kind of stuff. Okay. Well, anyway, we know how to make it. So you checked in, and that was the main thing. But it was driving me crazy because when you go that way, you're garbled because of multipath and stuff, and you're also your audio is good. But when you're really, really low like that, I have a hard time even recognizing your voice. It tends to, when you get close to the noise, I'm having trouble hearing people's, recognizing voices. So I was pretty sure it was you, and I was getting bits and pieces, but I was having the same problem with 3 or 4 of the guys up that way. It was also through a very poor time of the night. Right through that transition from night to day is the worst for that kind of stuff, particularly on 1296. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll look for you on 432 tomorrow night, Mario. KO6IQR, K6MYC.
All right, Mike. Hey, just a quick comment. The other night, I think there was a new Bozo check-in up in the Truckee Tahoe area. I believe that's the guy that I made contact with on FM 2 meter when I was up in Tahoe, and he's got supposedly all bands for VHF horizontal, so hopefully he'll be checking in on other frequencies. And then also there's going to be a group of guys up on a summit for the VHF contest in the Truckee Tahoe area also, in Charlie Mike 99, I believe. Charlie Mike 99 UF is the grid. So just putting that out there for the guys looking for that grid.
Yeah, well, the guy that you checked in was W6 Mike Tango Romeo or something close to that. I think that's the call I remember. Can't remember his name now. But W6MTR, and he had a Bozo number. No, I guess he needed one. We gave him 1296 or 1297. No, he didn't get 1290. He got 1267 or 1267, I think. I think that was it. W6MTR. Is that the guy you're thinking of?
Yeah, that was him. MTR. I was positive that was it. I was going to say TMR, but yeah, MTR or MRT, one of the two. But yeah, so supposedly he's got all bands, and so hopefully he'll be checking in some other time also.
Yeah, no, he was pretty good. I think he checked on 6. Wasn't that on 6 that he was trying to get in on?
Yeah, it was 6 meters. Yeah, and then in that night, trying with my little Delta loop. But I heard him. I just, I could barely hear everybody else, though.
Well, I couldn't move the antenna. My problem was I was stuck north, and I couldn't move. I needed to go about 15 degrees off to the west for him, and I couldn't get there. So he was marginal for me, but he shouldn't have been. But he was, only because I couldn't point at him. And that's why I had trouble. I don't think we heard you at all, but don't worry about it. It was my fault or my issues. The rotor control box froze up again. It has a mental issue. It's got TDR, I think, Trump derangement syndrome, and whenever I go north, it gets locked up or something. I cleared it, but it took me about 25, 30 minutes to get the damn thing cleared. And by the end of the net, I got it working again. Over.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so anyhow, just for the contest coming up for any other stations looking for Charlie Mike 99, those 2 hams are going to be up on a peak somewhere near Truckee Tahoe.
Yeah, that'll be good. Charlie Mike 90 is sometimes quite rare. 89, 99, both rare grids. Thanks for that. Let's see if John is in here. KD6WVL, John? How about Jay up there? KO6JPU? Unusual not to hear John in here. Let me go a little further north. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima or KO6JPU, K6MYC. Okay, I'm not hearing them. 7-3 Mario, we'll see you tomorrow on 432. K6MYC going into Sacramento. Okay, KJ6KFB. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, Darren. Okay, nothing from Darren. I did work him last night on 1296, finally. How about KO6KD, Bill? KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, Mike, K6MYC, KO6KD, Bozo 776.
Wow. You started out big and strong, and within 3 seconds you went into a massive fade. But I've got your 776, and give me a longer transmission, and I'll see what the hell's going on with your direction here. 776. And we were still going at 11:30 this morning. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, boy, that was weird. And then when I unkeyed you, it completely disappeared. That's really, really odd. All right, well, anyway, I guess we'll try to reward you. You figured out what direction I'm coming from. K6MYC.
Well, you're spread all over the map. I'm getting you everywhere from 320 to 340, over.
Wow. I know I take up a lot of space, but I didn't think that that affected my transmit signal that much.
Well, you've been sitting around too long and your ass is getting wide.
I guess that's what it is. I'll try to get up and move around a little more and come back and try it again.
Right. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we had quite a few interesting people that popped in after you left. I don't know whether I think you were gone by the time I ended up with the guy down in San Diego and Campo. He was 1 mile inside the Mexican border, over.
Yeah, I thought I heard you pick up the conversation with somebody, but I had to get moving, so I missed out on all the fun. But hopefully we'll have a good propagation tomorrow and see what happens, and talk to Bob and see what he's able to come up with. But I don't think that it's going to work out. I'm waiting for a response back from my friend, and I have a feeling the delay in him getting back is going to possibly be bad news. But we'll have to wait and see. I still have not yet got a response from him on my request about getting rid of the NR1 that I've got, over.
Well, sometimes if he's like me, a lot of people don't read their email every day. And it's very possible that he's in one of those modes where he doesn't look at his email, or if he does, he looks at it casually. If you have his phone number, you might try that.
That's what I think I'll do, is I'll try sending him a text. He's got a flip phone, so any text, and he's kind of, he's very nearsighted, so the flip phone doesn't work real well when it comes to text messaging. But I'll give that a try in the morning.
Why don't you just call him on the phone with voice talk?
Well, I didn't want to bother him at work is the whole thing, but I suppose I could do that too. He usually gets up about 4 in the morning, so I can send him a message and he'll respond to that to the phone. But I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, if you've got his phone number, you could call him and just tell him you didn't want to bother him at work, but you weren't getting him a response, and you wanted to sell his thing for him, over.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. We'll see what he says, and that's all I can do. He's the same guy that owns the amplifier that I haven't yet paid for.
Okay, he's a tolerant fellow. Yeah, he probably doesn't need the $135 for the thing, but it wouldn't hurt. He probably wouldn't turn it down, since he's not going to use it, and he gave it to you to use anyway. All right. Thanks, Bill. We'll see you in the morning, and we're 432 tomorrow. KO6KD, K6MYC, looking for KR6MR.
KO6KD.
Did I hear 756 in here? Yeah, KJ6KFB. Same problem tonight. You're up and down and QSB like crazy like we had last night. But it was wonderful to see 30 seconds or so of absolutely Q5 armchair copy. Over.
Well, let's see what happens once we get everything resituated here.
Well, that's just the band conditions. We as we get into the later part of the evening, the later it gets, the better it gets up to about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and then the band falls apart again. There's a period right after sundown that the band's all screwed up, and that's what we got into, and I was calling you. But all of a sudden you came up loud and just wonderful. So I think when you make a few more changes to the system, it's going to be really good over there. And of course, adding some power wouldn't hurt also. But that's you don't want to do that till you're sure you're going to use it a lot more than one contact a month. Over.
Yeah, should get a little bit better with the altitude change. So, yeah, at any rate, you got John waiting. I'll let you move on to him. Good to hear you, Mike. KJ6, KFB 756.
Roger, 756, gotcha, 73. And as long as I'm pointed this way, let's see if Redding's in here. KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listening. Redding. Redding, KO6KD, no, KD6SW. I'll get it right. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KO6HS, K6MYC. Redding, over.
KO6HS 230, Mike 230. We're out here, over.
We have you. Good signal, Jerry. Not bodacious, but Q5. So I wonder where Rich is. For some reason, the last couple of nights he's been late getting here. But it's good to hear you first, and then what the heck? We'll take it. KO6HS, did you get any rain? K6MYC.
That's Roger. That was Roger. It's been cloudy, very cloudy all day long. We got about 1/3 of an inch, 0.3 inches, so we got something. And it's just very, very intermittent. It just comes and goes, but it is very wet out there, over.
Yeah, very good. And you're coming up nicely. No rain here. I guess a few sprinkles fell in Coarse Gold, 15 miles north of me. There was a few sprinkles, but nothing down. It didn't quite get here. Sacramento, I guess Bill said he had about 1/10 of an inch yesterday. I don't know if he got any more today or not. Anyway, good to hear you, Jerry, and a good deal on the rain. Keep the fire hazard reduced for a little while anyway. It's going to be a rough season, I think, for fires. KO6HS, and then we'll look for Rich, K6MYC.
Jerry, yeah, the last thing we need is to have a bunch of dry weeds out there ready to burn up. So don't mind getting them a little bit of dampness there. All right, we'll say 73. Catch you next time. We'll see if Rich is out here. Over.
Okay, very good. 7-3 for now. Good to have you. And it's been a solid copy from start to finish here, so who could complain? KD6 Sugar Whiskey, are you in here tonight, Rich? KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Oh, for heaven's sakes, he's not there. Well, maybe I'll catch him on the way back from Nevada. If you hear him, Jerry, tell him to stick around a few minutes, and I'll try again in a couple of minutes here, in 5 or 10 minutes. KO6HS, K6MYC 73.
73, we'll let him know. We'll be listening, over.
Okay, up to you, John, KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KR6MR.
Yeah, 759. Same problem with you and Bill. You're spread all over the place. I'm going back and forth and not hearing any difference. You're Q5, but not very strong in any particular direction. But certainly had some good final conditions last night on 1296. It really worked out quite well. Once I found a heading for you, 344. 344 degrees is where you were peaking on 1296. That's way off of your normal heading. So there must be some kind of wet spot out there or something. Anyway, KR6MR, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what happened either, but right now, you are better last night than you are at this time. How's that?
You mean I was better on 1296 than I am on 2 meters?
Yeah, today you're not very good down here, or up here.
Well, I'm way north of you. I'm at 344, and I should be at 336. Over.
That could be part of the reason. I mean, you're full of coffee, but you're not as bodacious as you usually are.
Okay. There's 339. 339, I think I'm reading it right. 339. Let me come back down to 337. There's 336. Any better or any change? Went away, didn't it?
Yeah, you're disappearing.
Yeah, I got to go back into the 340s again. And this is a different antenna system completely. Not from last night, but from the other bands, 220. 432 is a different band, all different rotator and everything, completely different. But way north from where you normally are this year, this time. Anyway, we got you, 759. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, Michael. You continue on with the net. It's time for me to head on up to the house anyway. So, good evening, and I will look for you tomorrow night on 432.
Yeah, sounds good. We should have, hopefully it'll settle down. I think as the weather settles down and we get more into more stable summer conditions, it'll get more consistent here. Good night for now, John. KR6MR. How far are you from Grass Valley?
About 15 to 20 miles.
Okay, because somebody said, yeah, you live up near Grass Valley or in Grass Valley, and I said, no, he always says Meadow Vista. I think that was Bill that was saying you were in Grass Valley, but he knows better, but I guess he just was giving me a general area there. Your grid square is still Charlie Mike 98, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still Charlie Mike 98. If anything, I am closer to Auburn than any place else.
Okay. Well, the Grass Valley is Charlie Mike 99, so you must have to go a little north and a little east to get there. All right. 73, John, K6MYC will be clear. 73.
Okay, 73s, and good luck. KR6MR back to net.
Anybody else in this direction before I go to Nevada? K6MYC.
Yeah, I have a question, Mike.
Go ahead.
Yeah, WA6LOL. So a big part of the setting up the EME antennas was moving away from the noise and hiding it and everything. And my spacing, I noticed I could lose a tiny amount of forward gain, but by closer spacing of the antennas, closer stacking distance than optimum for forward gain, I'd lose tiny bit of forward gain, and I'd lose a lot of side rejection. Will I have to worry about that the same on 1296? Should I make the same decision there?
Well, on those loop Yagis, I don't know what the patterns look like. It's generally what you're saying is correct. A little tighter pattern, you give up a half a dB or so, but you might get side lobes down from 12 or 13 to 15 or 16, over.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, because I know the other day you said something about 1296 having a little bit less noise, so I'm wondering, should I go for the forward gain on the Yagis, or should I go for, bringing them in closer to get rid of is the noise going to be a problem at 1296 like it is at 2 meters?
Well, not your local noise, just sky noise.
Oh, no, I'm talking about I live a half a mile from Sonora, the town of Sonora, and it's, 100-year-old phone poles and sparking and arcing.
Well, you won't hear anything on 1296.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, then maybe I should just go for the forward gain then.
I would, because you are marginal from the standpoint of gain anyway. For 1296, it's not like you've got a 16 or a 20-foot dish there.
Okay. All right. I'll just space them a little wider then, or like they should be. All right. Well, thank you, Mike.
Okay. Well, you've got the specs on how far apart. How long are the booms? 12 feet?
Yeah, they're 12 feet. About, I don't know, what, 24 to 28 inches in there somewhere, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, how do you figure? Aren't you going by the specs?
Well, yeah, but I haven't gotten to that. I haven't gotten to that yet. But I just know that general, just to get a general idea of what I'm talking about. But I haven't looked at the specs yet.
Yeah, I would think probably in the neighborhood of 36 inches. 20 to 22 inches is the 23 cm 23 cm 23s. What the hell's the number? I guess that's right. Our 5-footers, the 22-inch spacing, but the bigger ones get spaced out to 30 to 36 inches. I'm sure you're going to be in that window. Over.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know you'd said that one time that, yeah, the spacing has a lot to do with boom length then.
Well, it's gain. You're trying to couple the apertures, that's all. It's related to a gain thing.
All right, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to call out to Directive Systems. I have a handful of questions about the antennas, and so I'll add that to my questions.
I think that's Dave Olean, K1 WHS.
Oh, okay. I talked to him once a long time ago when I got the original Loop Yagi, and I thought that I bought a 55-element Loop Yagi. That's the one that I'm trying to get up in the air here for the terrestrial, and these are going to be 45 elements. So, but they're only 1 dB difference. So anyway, that's it's a dB, but I got no choice.
No, they're fine. You're going to be fine. 1 dB isn't going to make or break anything. I don't think you'll lose any contacts because of that. And K1 WHS, yeah, I'm sure that's the right call for Dave. I don't know if he's still functional. I haven't heard from him forever. We haven't run across Dave for many years, but he's been a moon bouncer for many, many years, so he worked him many times on the various bands. But good guy, knows his antennas. Used to be with Cushcrafts for a while. He finally told Cushcraft to shove it up their butt because they would take the specs he would give them on a given antenna, because he's an honest guy. And he says if it's 12 dB, it's 12 dB. And Cushcraft said, no, that's not going to work because M squareds are 12 dB. We got to be 14 to 16. He's, no, I won't. Anyway, he finally quit and started Directive Systems. Over.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, because he specs these 45 Loop Yagis, 45 element Loop Yagis at 20 dB each one, so 23, 20, 26, I guess, for 4.
Yeah, that's good numbers.
Yeah, so that's the equivalent of probably, what, a 6-foot dish?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember anymore, honestly. But the dish gains for diameter are easy to find. I think that's right off the, that's probably right off the web somewhere. That's an easy one. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I would do. Just space them according to what he recommends, and you're good to go.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And so I'll probably be ready to call him. I got one more question to write down. I like to put it down on paper ahead of time so I can kind of get all the information I need. And you hang up the phone and darn it, I forgot to ask him to call him back 3 times with another question. So, all right, Mike, I'll let you get back to the net. Thanks. K6MYC WA6LOL.
That's like trying to remember Bozo numbers. I usually do that, though. I do usually get done with a phone call and say, oh, I forgot something. Yeah, I hear you. It's good if you have just a cue card, if nothing else. See you later, Dave. K6MYC going to Nevada. Hello, Nevada. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, 86BQ, number 249. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Richard, and I don't think I'm pointed quite right for you, but everybody seems to be shifted. I may be out of calibration on this system. Everybody seems to be shifted more, 5 or 10 degrees more to the east tonight. Anyway, no problem copying, of course. And let's see if I'm copying anything from Eric tonight. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC. Eric?
Mike calling to N7 KD6BQ. I didn't hear anything. Give him another try there. Maybe you come up on a peak or get peaked up on me, and that'll be close to where he is or something there. So anyway, K6MYC, KD6BQ, give you a little chatter. Talk to Dennis tonight. It's good to hear him back on the radio. Hadn't heard him in a while. And anyway, seems to be doing pretty well. So hopefully that gives you enough time to peek up on me, and maybe your signals come up and give Eric another call. K6MYC, KD6BQ in Nevada.
Yeah, well, QSB up and down like crazy. Was Eric in there at all? I didn't hear a peep.
Yeah, you're down pretty low right now.
Are you copying Eric in there? Is he in there?
And VAZ, KD6BQ, are you around tonight, Eric? Nothing heard on this end.
Yeah, I don't hear him either, and boy, your signals are really, really up and down. So it's bad, all of a sudden bad conditions. It'll change, because everybody else has been super strong on 2 meters here tonight. We'll try for Eric again in a minute. Let me see if Daniel is in here. KE7UQL, K6MYC. Daniel? Yeah, you're not real strong either, and spread all over the place. I've swung 15 degrees and didn't hear any change. KE7UQL, 272. Good evening.
Okay, yes, a little rough condition tonight. A little bit down in the weak mud stuff. KD7UQL, over.
Yeah, I'm going over 20 degrees, and I'm not seeing any difference at all. Back and forth 20 degrees, no change, no change. You're okay. You're Q5, but way down from your normal signal, Daniel, over.
Okay, sorry about that. We'll wait for better conditions. KE7UQL, over.
Roger. And thank you for the contact on 1296 the other day. We did get 26. We missed some easy ones. We should have had 30, but we had 26, and it was good to get you in. Thanks very much, Daniel. 7-3, And we'll see you tomorrow on 432 KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Okay, Roger. Glad to be part of the 26. Glad to be in the number of 26. And we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying to keep those numbers up. KE7UQL, over.
Yeah, well, now it's coming back to normal. I was clear over at 350 and still copying you, but no change. And now I'm at 5 or 6 degrees past north, and now you're starting to sound normal here. So the band is in and out and up and down here. 7-3 Daniel. I'll see you on 432 K6MYC, listening for N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. I don't hear Eric in there tonight. I wonder if Stan is in here. K7SUN. How about you, Stan? No, Stan. How about W6? I've forgotten his call. Delta Alpha India? DAI? DIA? DAI. W6DAI. Are you here?
Yes, W7DAI now, and he's on his way back from Michigan, so he's out of town.
Okay, and you're loud now. All of a sudden, the band came to life. W7DAI, okay. Rob, did you get that? W6DAI is now W7DAI. I think he's 1295 or something.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Are you copying Richard now?
Oh, yeah, I'm hearing both of them very light, but I got them.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good right now, Rob.
Okay, thank you, Richard. KD6BQ, KM6SR.
Yeah, KM6SR, KD6BQ. Well, the signals are still up. I'll pass on to you and Mike that I will not be on 432 tomorrow night. Will not be here tomorrow night, over.
You will not be there, but Daniel will be. Okay, very good. Thank you for the heads up on that one.
Also, I won't be here tomorrow night either, Mike. I've got an Aries meeting.
Well, the heck with you then.
Well, Richard and I guess that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it is, you turkeys. Okay, is it W6DAI? What is his Bozo number, just so I can get it in my head again?
Yeah, I'm still looking.
I think he's 1265 or something. Richard, see you on Sunday. See you Sunday, K6MYC. Roger, 7-3.
768 is W7DAI.
768. Okay, that's why he's totally out of sequence. I guess he's had the call or the number for a long time, but hasn't been active. Who was that?
Dave LOL. So I got it before Rob did, so I want Rob's job.
Yes, you can have it. Rob's probably damn tired of it by now.
Yeah, he does a good job. Boy, he sure gets hurt all over the place.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Rob? Is it 12? What was his number? 1268? I mean, 768?
Yeah, 768. I had it, but I was waiting for people to quit talking. And Dave, if you want my job, you're more than welcome to it. Ha-ha.
Uh-oh, he heard me.
He hears more than you want him to hear.
Then I threw a compliment in there, Rob. I said, you sure do hear well, and you get hurt all over the place. So anyway, yeah. And I wanted to thank you guys for really, I felt really good, hospitable time with being up there.
It was good to see you and Rob Van Geen. Is he off camping somewhere now?
Well, no, they're putting it off because of the weather, because it's raining, you know. And then in the high country, they've closed all the passes, and so he and his camping buddy, they're gonna postpone it now off in the next week. So he's coming up this way, and might go up there and see Russ. He knows Russ pretty well, I guess. And so so he's still back and forth across the state. The guy drives back and forth from Southern California to Northern California 3 times so far, I think. Well, maybe not.
Oh boy, well, that's what happens. You get all. You think you get over on Hawaii. He lives on the Big Island, I think, and that's not too bad. I mean, it takes quite a while to get around the island and stuff, but nothing like driving from Northern to Southern California.
Yeah, that's quite a drive. I drove down there to drop my daughter off at the ferry to go over to Catalina and came back in the same day, and that pretty much did me in. So, he lives 12 miles from where his moon bounce remote is. So he's got a location right out on the coast, right on the water is right out there. You can touch it. And so he's about 12 miles away, his condo.
Yeah, very good. I moved the antenna over. I'm going to try for Redding one more time. Redding. Rich, I wonder if you're in there now. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, K6MYC. Anything, Rich? Oh, he must be doing something tonight, or he fell asleep. Anyway, we tried.
We're probably a little late, Mike.
Well, I don't think it's ever too late for those guys. Jerry was there. Let's go to Porterville.
Okay. Hey, Dave, are you feeling any better there? You were starting to get kind of tired when you were down here.
Well, yeah, you know, the symptoms of that stuff. You know, there's still, I'm a couple years out, but, you know, it's not all roses still. So, but at least I made it down there and got a chance to spend some time and visit with you guys. A really good visit. And you know, but then I just, you know, the plan was we're going to take off and I was going to go down south and maybe go out to Catalina and see my daughter. So my plans were just way bigger than my whatever.
Well, it's always good to plan bigger and do what you can.
We used to laugh because Myrna would have a chemo treatment, and we'd go to the restaurant, and she'd, oh, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good. And then she'd get it, and the plate would come, and she'd say, I can't eat this. So her eyes were bigger than her stomach. But it really affected her with the chemo treatments.
Yeah, you know, they told me, they said, you better get a plan to eat because you won't feel like eating. And if you lose a lot of weight, it really affects the outcome of the chemo, you know. The outcome is related to weight loss, inversely proportional. So anyway, the way I solved it, they were right. It got that way. So I just switched to ice cream and candy bars. I can eat that all day long, no matter how bad I feel.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it worked.
Okay.
You remind me of a guy there named Mike, Dave, that loves chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, and cookies too, huh, Mike?
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies and whole milk. Let me just make a quick call. Bay Area, late checks are missed. Bay Area, San Francisco, Bay Area, late checks are missed. K6MYC Bozo Net, calling and standing by. Nobody's there. Go to Porterville.
We'll say 73, Dave. I got to go down to Porterville, KM6SR.
All right, Rob. See ya.
Well, I'm going to go there, but I never lose you, Dave. Sonora is line of sight from here, you know.
Yeah, I hear Mike no matter where he is. Rob, too, kind of.
Well, I can see Yosemite from here, so it's not unlikely that I can have a pretty good shot to Sonora. Over.
I'm going to go up on the roof and wave. You know, Mike, no matter where you are with your antenna, you never come off the peg.
Well, there we are. I was rotating the whole time you were talking. Now I'm down at 156. So there you go. I went from 330 right at you all the way to 156, and you didn't. I wouldn't know you were. I was even rotating.
Yeah,
and now you're down here.
We have
K6US.
Google Earth does a kind of a line path, shows you everything in the way, and it's actually not as good as it would seem, but it sure works.
Well, we might have a little knife edge in there. It might be just in the right place. And Rob's, Aaron's in there. Good evening, Rob. Aaron? Again?
Yep. Yeah, I'm back and on DMO 5 at the moment, K6US.
Yeah, strong as you should be. And let's see, KE6BK, Aaron, Eddie, KE6BK, KE6MYC with KM6SRR and the multitude, over. Call him, Rob.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KE6BK, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC, standing by.
By the way, you might not have caught it, Rob, but Mark is in here. K6MTS is here.
No, I got him. Yeah, he checked in early.
Yeah, he threw us all out of whack here.
Over down here.
I sorry, doubled with you, Aaron. Try again.
Oh, I was just letting Rob know he's like 20 over down here.
That's all?
Well, Bill was 40 over when he was pointed down south. And I think the weather report I got from John is apparently it's raining down here in DMO 5, so there's a little bit of moisture in the air.
Is he down there?
No, he's got cameras and a weather station.
Oh, I see.
It's an official operation down here, Mike. We got everything in the kitchen sink.
And you're streaming.
Yeah, I gave John a little sink, so he's got a kitchen sink.
Want to give me a count, Rob? It must be pushing 40-something.
Yeah, let me count.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody's down here in the South Valley for the Bozo Net, K6US.
Uh, 37, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty busy night. Thought we would have broken 40.
Yeah, 37's light, though. Really, we normally get into the 40s.
Most of them came in the first 15 minutes of the net.
That's it.
Yeah, that big giant pile of locals.
Yeah, did we hear John K6MI in here? I don't think I have him down.
I don't have him.
Put him down.
Was he here?
He should be somewhere. I at least heard him on 10 meters, so I know he's around.
Yeah, but we're all a little bit around in the midriff, but he's got to check in.
Where are you at, John? K6MI, K6US. I'm pretty certain I heard him earlier before the net. He was pointed up north, so I'll vouch for John. So put him down.
Okay, got him.
All right. Well, I'm going to close knows it. I don't hear Eddie in there, but this is K6MYC, Bozo 47 in Delta Mike 07, Delta Bravo, closing at the 2-meter 144-240 net on May, what is it, 27?
Yep, 27.
I'm doing pretty good, ain't I? May 27, 2026, 7-3 all.
Yeah, it's the 27th all day long. Good night, Mike. K6US, Delta Mike 05.
Funny how it starts like that and it ends up the same way.
That's all day and half the night.
Just half? K6US now on DMO6.
Just lost 20 dB.
Yeah, you were way down.
Well, you guys aren't pointed at me down here.
See you guys.
Okay, good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SRR, 73.
7-3.
Alrighty, turning off the remote and turning the beacon back on. K6US.
Okay, Aaron, K6US, KM6SRR, 73.
By the way, can you copy me, Rob? Aaron? Probably not barefoot.
Turn the amp off?
Yeah, I turned the amp off. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I just hit the shutdown button on the remote, so I'm hearing you down here in Fresno at like S0. Give me a second here. I can turn it back on. I'm not completely off. Yeah, I'm curious what you sound like barefoot down there. K6US.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to tell you that toward the end of the 6-meter net the other night, I did get the controller gets crazy after a while. Yeah, all of a sudden it goes and loses its mind and it gives me a bunch of weird numbers. I turned it off for about a half an hour, and then at the end of the net, or just after the net, I turned it back on and went in to calibrate, and everything worked slick, and it's been working perfect ever since.
Of course.
Here, Mike.
Well, you're S9 down here barefoot.
Yeah, okay. You're doing fine here. I guess you had to point somewhere, huh?
I'm pointed pretty much right at you, 334.
And I turned the controller off, so you can't, I just turned it back on, but you couldn't rotate it anyway. Okay, did you say something, Dave?
Yeah, you're 5/9 at 100 watts up here.
I'm not running 100. I think I'm probably driving this thing with about 50 watts, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's
60.
right. Well, you're 5/9 without it, so.
Oh, 60 watts? Aaron says I got 60 watts of drive.
Okay, well, yeah, good signal without it, but a zillion over 9 with your amp.
Yeah, okay. Well, I turned everything off, and I figure you guys locally can still hear me, but I consider you at this point, Dave, you're local because you've got to be line of sight here. Within inches of line of sight, where you're just so consistent down here. It's always been that way. All right, good night, guys. I got to go in and get something to eat. I'm starving.
All right, good night, Mike. WA6LOL, clear.
7-3 all.
Hey, good night, everybody. K6US, Delta Mike 05.